So I've just come back from Kavos. I was meant to be there. I always start the video and I always itch my head, don't I? Or like do something with my face, like touch it. So yeah, I've just come back from Kavos. I was meant to be there for like a month, doing like a season out there. So working like as PR or like party rep or in a bar or whatever. And I survived a week. So the reason why I survived a week is because like I think I went out there with like the expectations of it being, you know, like Ibiza Weekender, like something like that. So I didn't really know what to expect, but when I was out there, like it just wasn't my vibe whatsoever. So first of all, the people I was sharing a room with, like they were just so messy, like not my type of people at all. I can't really have like conversations with them, which is okay. Like, you know, I can't have a conversation with everyone. Like you're not gonna get along with everyone you meet. So yeah, and then I addressed the situation like to start with. I was like, guys, like if we're going to be living together for a month, I can't live like this. Like they were just leaving their shit everywhere and it was just, yeah, not good. So that was one of the reasons. And another one was everyone was just getting fucked up, like in the day, like drinking from like 11 a.m, like just getting fucked up. Like, don't get me wrong, like I like to get fucked up too, like have a good time, but I need to be with like the right people. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that wasn't like my vibe at all. And there just wasn't much to do there. So like the beach was okay. Yeah, so that was that. And then I was just like surrounded by like people, like I couldn't speak to anyone. Like I met this one guy that I spoke with, and like we got on and stuff, and like he got me through it, don't get me wrong. But then like, yeah, so then as I was there, I was just thinking like, oh, this isn't for me. Like I just wasn't happy. So I sort of went with my instincts and I was just like, I'm not enjoying it. Like I need to go home, even though I've like wasted so much money. So I obviously paid for all the accommodation out there. So I've lost on, so coming home meant that I've lost out on like, I've wasted like half the money that I already spent. But then I'm thinking like, that doesn't matter. Like I'd rather be happy and than just waste my time. Do you know what I mean? So it was an experience. I experienced it. Happy days. So yeah, and then also what I really struggle with is like everyone thought that I was such a negative person. Like I was hanging with this guy and then people were telling him like, oh, why are you hanging out with Morgan? Like she's ruining your reputation. Like she's so negative. Like what the fuck, man? Like I'm the most positive person ever. So that really made me like think, and also it made me like I learned a lot in the sense of like how I handle negative situations and how I handle like negative people. And I actually get quite defensive. Like I got so defensive and I was like, you don't know me, like I'm so positive. And everyone was like, no you're not. And I was like, well, I am. So what I learned is like it really doesn't matter what people think, and also like I know who I am as a self. Like I know my values, I know what I'm about. So like I literally didn't let the thoughts of other people bother me. Like obviously I did at first, but after a bit of reflection I was like, you know what, like they don't know who I am whatsoever. And it doesn't matter, like I don't have to justify myself to anyone. As long as I know who I am, then you know. But also like reflection is such a great way to like learn, and also like being in these situations help you learn, and like putting things into action really helped me like think about like my values, what I think, and also yeah, it's just like a great learning curve, and like being in those situations and having these experiences, like it's all learning and it's so interesting. Like it's better education than like from a book, do you know what I mean? Like you really have to put yourself in these situations, like difficult situations, in order to like learn from it, which is obviously what I've done. And now I'm back home. Like I was so relieved to be back. Like I've never been so relieved to be home. And I'm actually staying in London with my sister for a couple of days, and it's honestly like so nice, like exploring a new place. Like I've just been for a walk and stuff like by the river, and it was just so peaceful, like so lovely, and like my mind is just so fresh here. And then I went for a like coffee, just watching the world go by, listening to like a podcast, and yeah, like I was just so I'm just so motivated and like in a good mood, and it's made me think of like my future, like maybe even moving to London, because like even though obviously London's like the city, like it's got some beautiful parks, obviously it's got rivers, lakes, like not that I was gonna say the sea, but it hasn't got the sea. So yeah, and it's like really made me think about like my future, like coming to live in London, and just like it's really about like the like where you are and like following your instincts. So for example, like when I was in Kavos, like I just felt it instantly. Like I always go by my vibes and like how I'm feeling. So like when I go to a place, like I can I don't know whether you'll understand, but like I get this feeling like yes I like it, or no I don't like it. So in Kavos, like it just wasn't for me, which is okay, like that's fine, like, you know. But yeah, being here, like I'm in like a good mood, like I just feel good vibes. So yeah, just following your instincts and just going with it, like not thinking of so obviously like I've lost out on loads of money, but like that's okay, like I'm not worrying about that. Like I'd so much rather be happy and like making good use of my time than just like, oh, I've paid for this, like I have to stay here. Like no, not at all. Like just follow your instincts, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that is the message for this video, and just yeah.